At midnight, I am buying this thing. I know how important sleep is to you. Aaron and I have talked about mattresses as long as I've known him. But of course, we've talked about electronics for as long as I've known you. And this is a screaming deal. First of all, it's $100 off. That's number one. It's HP, which is our #1 brand here at HSN. It is loaded. I mean, it is chock full of goodies. It's software, it's support, it's the whole shebango. It is thin and lightweight, which is super crazy because, and again, not to, you know the other brand names, they do like kind of like these thin and lightweight and book series computers. And generally speaking, sometimes you put like a little 1 in front of that
That's right.
$599 price. What you're getting tonight, though, is not only brand name quality and speed. When we were talking about performance with Joe with the router, we'll take $100 off. We put it on 6-pay flex pay, and you are getting it only as long as supplies last for this show or sell out. And it's $100 to get it at home with free shipping. And it really is loaded, Aaron.
It really is. I mean, kind of, you know, from top to tail on this. Shannon, it's funny that Mattress Today's special Sleep Number tonight, I always say, I've said for years and years, buy a great mattress, buy a great computer, because those are the two things that you spend your time on. You spend about a third of your life sleeping. You spend an awful lot of your life, a lot of hours of your day using your computer. When you have a computer that you love, it's just a much better experience. So what is it about this computer that we love so much? How do I love thee? Lots of ways, lots of ways. The lightness is a big thing. That it has a full, this is not, it's not a solid state drive computer. So it is a traditional hard drive. It has a full terabyte hard drive, super duper fast, load a ton of stuff on it, hard drive, but it only weighs 3.84 pounds. Hyper threading. One of the most important things about this computer, because this is part of the I series, and I haven't said the key thing yet, it's the #1 selling processor. I don't just mean that Intel's the #1 selling processor. I mean the Core i5. And you know what? Can we show this video again, guys? Because I haven't even talked. It's my fault. I got myself distracted. We'll show that video again, just right in the loop here. The Core i5 processor. So there's the i3, there's the i5, there's the i7. Did you know the Core i5 is the #1 selling processor in the world?
Is it really?
It is. It itself is, and we have it probably 3 times a year. I mean, we almost never have it. So that's why tonight is so special. It has hyper-threading in it, which is what you're seeing on your screen right now. Hyper-threading is like taking a 1-lane highway, taking it to a 2-lane highway. So it's doubling the speed at which your applications can run. Think about that for a minute. When your computer is faster, and this computer specifically has the Intel Turbo Boost technology, so you have a boost of speed on demand, boom, just like that. When you need speed, it's there for you. Intel high definition graphics built in, so you have the ultra high definition graphics with lifelike 3D, Intel Rapid Start. This turns on, boosts up so quickly, so you have performance when you need it, you have speed when you need it, you have portability when you need it, because it only weighs about 3 pounds. And then, just to gild the lily a little bit here, we're including $492 in additional software.
That's crazy.
So I know that I just kind of presented a lot to you. I'm not trying to kind of blow anybody's mind, but I did want to get out some of the big kind of overarching features about this. We'll go back through everything slowly. We're going to talk about the hard drive. We're going to talk about the 8 gigs of RAM for multitasking and those sort of things. But sort of fair warning from the beginning, it is the most popular processor in the world. So I think this will be a very popular computer tonight.
If I wore skirts, this would have blown my skirt up.
I've never seen it. Do you wear skirts ever? I've never really.
It was so hot in my house, I actually wore shorts to work the other day, though. I know. It's a sign of the apocalypse. I know, it's true.
I've never thought about
like, wait a minute, I've never seen your legs. But here's something that you are not gonna see as well, because to Aaron's point, we really don't get that Core i5. It is a big deal for a number of different reasons. I know you TMI whenever I'm on the air, so you'll have to forgive me for that, but I've also been dealing with air issues at home. And when you start with a bad compressor, and when you start with a bad air handler, it doesn't matter how many pipes or filters they can throw on it, it's not gonna get any better. And the same really kind of holds true for your computer. I mean, yeah, you can gild the lily, you can throw in software, you can throw in pretty colors, you can throw in, backlit keyboard, you can throw in a bunch of stuff, but at the end of the day, if you don't start with a great engine, there's not a lot they can do. And certainly that is not to say that you can't accomplish or get some things done with a lesser processor. I'm not saying that. However, if the way you're using your computer right now is not the way that you originally intended, I mean, even Pat, even my mom, she uses emojis she's texting. She's looking at Facebook videos, and I can tell you, I would swear in a stack of Bibles, you know, as you know, high as I am tall, that I would never see the day where Pat would be using the internet. So I guess my point is this. You're probably going to be doing things even in the next year or 2 years that maybe you're not doing now, or maybe that you can't even anticipate. So when you really set yourself up for success, when you really set yourself up with a better platform, with a better processor, certainly with a great brand name, with more memory, that terabyte hard drive, that's as big as it gets for us, the 8 gigabytes of RAM, then you really are set for success. Good news is, once more, just like the limited quantities that we had on the router with Joe just moments ago, this is another one where we don't have a lot of them. In fact, Steve, am I correct in saying, are there really only like 600 of these for the entire weekend? Oh, wow. So at this point, now, I don't know if there's going to be another scheduled airing or not, but I can tell you I do have it now, which that's the good news. We are also doing 9-month VIP financing, which is also extraordinary. Yeah. So 9-month VIP financing. Remember, if you don't have that card, you can apply and buy. I might be applying and buying, get my mattress tonight. So we've got lots of great reasons to try it. $67 on your credit card. Even though it is a piece of electronics, there is no what is called a restocking fee. So when you get this at home, even if you do decide or think it's not your cup of tea, we print those return labels. You can put the return label on the box and zip it off to us. We don't withhold part of your money or purchase price, which is called a restocking fee in the industry. And all you have to do is call that toll-free number or log on. You can use your mobile app. You can join us at hsn.com. But once you get this in your hot little hands, especially if you're trying to do more things from home, I'm trying to do more work from home. In fact, every guest that I work with, of course, Aaron included, we do most of what we need to do at home. Oh, yes. Most of my
Far more work at home than here.
Most of my research, most of my prep, and that goes, you know, whether we're guests or hosts here at HSN. And if that's not the case with you, maybe it's because you don't have the right computer. So we would love to send this your way, make this your little spring makeover, your little spring treat for yourself. We'll send it not only for a $100 price reduction, as long as they last, for the only 600 that there are, the final 600 to go around. But we also have, of course, our return policy where we don't recharge you that restocking fee. So, Aaron, there are a lot of great features. I know there's a lot of technology going on here.
Like Intel Turbo Boost.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's got the Turbo Boost. I forgot about that.
You want to show everyone?
It's been so long since I've talked about these features with you.
We don't get to do the i5.
I know. That's crazy.
And this is the 8th generation. I don't know that you and I have ever done the 8th generation before. Actually, so talking about, you know, like Intel Turbo Boost technology, that's a burst of speed on demand when you need it. Sometimes you do things that need a little more graphic power. It's there for you. Things like 3D gaming, or watching movies, or streaming video. Also the rapid start technology. If you are patience impaired, as we like to say, having your computer, boom, come right on, or boom, go right off when you're ready, kind of doing it on your time, is a big deal. If your computer is slow, if your computer is hot, if your computer is heavy, those are all reasons to upgrade. Slow, we've got that fixed. So we've got it fixed with the Core i5, the #1 processor in the world. And I don't just mean Intel's #1 in the world. Intel Core i5, that specific make, is the #1 processor in the world, the top selling processor in the world. So that is a faster experience. Something we've barely talked about, this computer has 8 gigabytes of RAM. What is RAM? What does RAM do for your computer? Well, basically 2 things. #1, if you're on the internet, this is also wireless AC. And you heard Joe Harrison out here with Shannon selling a great wireless router a few minutes ago. This is faster on the internet because it's wireless AC compatible, and because RAM makes your computer quicker to download things online. So if maybe you're downloading a movie, maybe you're gonna go somewhere and be offline later, so you wanna have the movie on your hard drive, or you're downloading anything and your computer's taking a while, and you think, oh, the internet's so slow today. The internet is not slow. If you have, you know, if you have a DSL line or a cable line or whatever, the internet's just, it's really fast. The problem is there's a lot of information that has to flow through it, and you need a computer that can process it quickly. So that's RAM. The other thing RAM does, and you have, again, 8 gigabytes here. It's the most RAM we've offered this year on any computer. RAM allows you to multitask more quickly. So could we go into my computer for a minute? Are we ready? Oh, cool. Okay, my computer is connected to your television. So I want to show you guys a couple of things. And then after we do this, we'll get into the hard drive, and we'll do so talk about the full terabyte hard drive and all that. So you see that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you see I have 7 programs up at one time. We can thank the RAM for that. RAM, again, allows you to multitask quickly. So when you are working on your computer and you want to move from one thing to another, it's really fast and easy to do that. RAM is what makes that possible. And you see right now, you see the little chiclet down there that I'm moving in a circle.
I like that.
On this computer, I have 7 things all moving. You know, look at that egg. Look at that. I mean, that's pretty extraordinary power, right? I have 7 programs open at one time, including the webcam. Did you know this has a full high-definition webcam built in, so you can talk to your friends and family across the country, across the world, no matter where they are. This is an easy way to do it, and I have all of these things running at once. Again, why? This has 8 gigabytes of RAM. Probably, I'm gonna estimate here, but probably 80% of the computers, maybe 85% of the computers we sell at HSN have 4 gigs of RAM, and that's great. 4 gigs is a great standard amount of RAM. 8 gigabytes is what my personal computer at home has. I have 8 gigabytes of RAM. I have 1 terabyte hard drive. Actually, I don't even have a full terabyte hard drive. I have 512 gigs. Yeah, I have a half a terabyte hard drive. So this is, I can't imagine anybody needing more RAM than this, frankly. I can't really imagine anybody needing a bigger hard drive than this either. We have really kitted this out for you so that when you get it home, you're not wanting for anything, be it all the additional software we include, Shannon, be it the speed that's built into Core i5 and 8 gigabytes of RAM, or be it, and I'll talk to you in a few minutes after Shannon updates you about this, be it the huge hard drive that we've built in as well.
Absolutely. You know what's so funny, and I don't know if it's psychosomatic or not, which is, you know, I've lived in that world the last week. It's like, I'm getting better.
Yeah.
I really am.
So bad.
But, oh, Steve, you actually read my mind. Just remember, we have basically the final 600, but to go back to my original point, which made no sense, so prepare yourself for midnight, folks. But in the global picture, Will, once I'm done, when I was even looking at Aaron pulling up that multitasking screen, it looked tighter and more responsive.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, sharper.
Sharper, because we do a lot of computer presence together, and I thought, that looks, you know, sharper. It looks crisper. It looks cleaner.
Look how, boom,
do you see what
boom.
I mean? It's
Watch
just
this.
like, bam. Bam.
When we go from picture to picture, I mean, it's instant.
And I think that's because it's everybody's playing well together, but it's everything has been upgraded on this. And I think the biggest mistake that you can make is, yeah, we took $100 off, but it's not like one of those end of run, end of season. Everything on this laptop has been upgraded. And certainly different strokes for different folks. We sell a lot of different measurements, a lot of different platforms, a lot of different levels of laptops and tablets here at HSN. I think for a lot of us out there, when we make our decisions in life, sometimes, yes, we're a little prone to go penny wise and pound foolish, like with a mattress, as Aaron has always schooled me to do. And you have to see our Sleep Number mattress at midnight. I've never gotten to do a full hour with them because they've always sold out so early. So that's going to be my birthday present to me. But if this is your present to you, whether you're trying to multitask at home, whether you're trying to run a small business, whether you're going back to school, whether you're into the dating field, whether you just want to connect with family and friends, our lives are better, our lives are improved with the technology that we put into place. And this is a perfect way, not just to upgrade your processor, not just to upgrade to your better brand name, not to just to upgrade to basically software that pays for the purchase, not just to upgrade your memory, but to improve and enhance and to check all those boxes on every level, every aspect to improve your computer performance. And if you're watching this show, the one thing that I caution you toward doing, and that's why I always mention my mom, is don't say to yourself, oh, I don't need all that. I don't need all that memory. I don't need that great processor. I don't need all that. When I said earlier, you're probably tasking your computer in more ways than you even realize. Because Aaron, it's so funny. You even do things like check the weather. And even when you check the weather, there's like all these different graphics and videos and radar. I mean, so even looking at the weather on our computers is not as simple as, oh, it was 80 degrees today.
You can't get away from video anymore. And you don't want to. I mean, that's one of the wonderful things about living in the world that we live in. There's good and there's bad.
Right.
The good is, you know, our technology is extraordinary. Things are at our fingertips and they are incredibly engaging. And if those things are slow on your computer, when you do a search or when you're on Facebook or you're on any social media and things are slower, it's because your computer isn't processing all that video and all that sound and all those kind of things. This computer, we might even have the video that shows this this computer is 12 times faster. So compared to a computer from 5 years ago, this computer is 12 times faster.
Wow.
With 3D gaming than a computer from 5 years ago. This computer is 8 times faster. Get that. 8 times faster with high definition video conversion. So if your computer slows down when you're streaming things, if your computer slows down, you know, when anything live is playing, or when you're watching video, or when you're on your social media sites and videos popping up, again, this is 8 times faster with high definition video. This is ultra high definition video is built in, an ultra high definition video card, I should say, is built in. So another great thing, when you get this computer home, you don't have to upgrade. The memory is another place. The upgrades have been done for you to sort of, put a period at the end of that sentence. With the 8 gigs of RAM, with Core i5, with a full terabyte hard drive, the upgrades are already done. Let's talk about the full terabyte hard drive. So how much can you store on this computer? A computer that, I'll remind you, weighs 3.8 pounds. It is insane. So lightweight. That's insane. And a really nice long battery life as well. You can probably expect about an 8-hour battery life or so. Let's take a look at how much you can store. With a full terabyte, 1 terabyte drive capacity, you can store a lot. You can store, like when you're thinking about videos, about 250 hours of high definition video, which is about 1,000 hours of standard definition video.
Holy cow.
So it really is a ton. When it comes to photos, about 1/3 320,000 photos, about 16,000 hours of music, which is about 200,000 songs, all at your fingertips. So we're talking about a serious amount of storage in a computer that is still fast, that is still lightweight. I also want to point out, did you notice the ultra thin bezel that's around the screen? So this is really a slimmer, lighter weight computer. Shannon kind of compared it to like a book style computer, an Air style computer. That's exactly what it's like.
It really is.
Weighs about 3.8 pounds, has about an 8-hour, maybe even more depending on your usage, battery life built into it. It is much sleeker. And then the screen, the 15.6-inch screen, has this ultra thin bezel that goes all the way around it, which sort of like a large screen TV. When the bezel is thinner, it makes the screen appears larger to your eye. I think if you walked into the studio, right now and saw this, you would think this were a computer that were larger than 15 inches.
It was, because what's interesting, about a year ago, we did a thin and light, one of these book style computers, and we did it as a today's special price of $12.99. It's a great computer, you know, it's a wonderful computer. But it still did not have this memory, still didn't have all these ports, you know, about the same weight per se, not all this extra software. And I guess, you know, when you look at it, and certainly, not to be disparaging, because I love that other brand. In fact, I have a lot of their products in that other brand. But I guess when you're looking at really getting the most bang for your buck, especially in terms of how you're going to use a computer, this has it and then some. This is hitting it out of the park. Problem being, this may be the only full show, this may be the only full airing, in which case you can select it. Because at this point, I think we have the last 600 or about 600 to go around. It is a 100, okay, actually fewer than 600, thank you, Steve. It is free shipping and handling. It's a $100 price reduction for this show, or as long as supplies last. We pay to send it to you. Remember, you have that 30-day return policy with no restocking fee. And it's kind of like the perfect guy on paper where he checks all the boxes. But then you do a background search and you're sadly disappointed. You can background search this all you want, girls, and you'll never be disappointed. Checks all the boxes now and forever. And that's what's really kind of fun about this, because I think sometimes when we buy electronics, we do make compromises. We say, okay, well, I got a great processor, but you know, in order to make it affordable.
Couldn't afford quite what I wanted.
Right, I couldn't get quite the memory. Or vice versa. It's like, oh, it had a lot of memory, but it didn't have the latest, greatest processor. And when I say this checks all the boxes, it really does. Especially when you're looking at basically $100 on your credit card with free shipping and that 30-day return policy, 671-121. I know we don't have a lot of time left on this just because there are not a lot of them to go around. I was actually really surprised to see this in my show, because the thing is, and you'll forgive this for what it is, when we've been doing a lot of laptops lately, I think we've been doing a lot of the crowd pleasers. And you know, and there's nothing wrong with that, but we haven't been doing a lot of what I call the elite
powerhouses.
And you know, again, we've been offering great systems, But when we talk about the elite in class, the elite in series, I mean, for those of us who just, you know what, you don't want to mess around, you want to go right out of the gate, it's like, I want the best processor, I want the more memory, I want, you know, check, 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 then this is one that we'd love to recommend.
I think that's a great point. If you spend a little bit more time on your computer, whether it's for business or whether it's just for fun, if it's important to you, if you're the person that is just tired of waiting on your computer, if you don't love going to your computer, can you buy a computer for less? Absolutely. Sure. Can you buy more of a computer for a better value? I don't think so. I really don't. With the Core i5, again, it's the #1 selling computer processor in the world, not just Intel, this processor, the Core i5. Look at these numbers, in fact. So when you compare this computer to the #1 selling computer from 5 years ago, 12 times better 3D gaming, 8 times faster high definition video conversion, because you have a high definition video card built in. Intel's ultra high definition video card actually is built in. Whether you're playing games, whether you're surfing the internet, whether you're watching video in vivid high definition, whether you're editing videos and photos, maybe you like to game. We said earlier, 12 times faster 3D gaming, 8 times faster high definition video conversion. It's all there. So it really, fires sort of on all cylinders, kind of like Shannon was saying a few moments ago. Now, one thing I will recommend, I'd love to spend just a moment recommending, and this allows me to show you guys the ports and stuff too. You do need antivirus with this computer. This is Windows 10. It is the latest version, the latest updates and all of that. You'll want to protect your computer. Any PC needs antivirus. We have Viper Advanced Antivirus here, and Shannon, this is the 10-pack.
Oh, it is?